Hi everybody, I'm Gillian Hawks and I'm Vice President of Product and Analytics at Six River Systems. I'm responsible for our product strategy and roadmaps. And I hope you don't mind me presenting today in a little more casual environment. I've been on my feet all day at Modex and so my feet could use a rest, but I think it's going to be a great conversation. And I'm excited really to cover a couple of things. We're going to talk about the very real kind of fulfillment and operational challenges that many operators face today, and how Six River understands those challenges and is working to develop fulfillment solutions that help drive efficiency and productivity in your warehouses. And we have a solution called our Fulfillment Execution System, our FES, that I'm going to dig into here with you today. I hope you'll learn a lot. So first of all, I'd love to introduce you to Six River Systems. We're a leading fulfillment solutions provider, and we're striving to always use a combination of software, hardware, and data insights to really help deliver efficiency and flexibility and human-first products in a warehouse environment. We're proud to be part of the global commerce company Shopify, who acquired us 2 years ago. And we help with them, help 3PLs, retailers, distributors, and manufacturers fulfill orders efficiently and flexibly and scalably within their buildings. Our flexible systems are easy to deploy, they're scalable, and they're really data first. And we're going to get into what that means in a little bit, but we're very proud of our FES system, and we fulfill millions of orders today from thousands of robots in hundreds of warehouses all across North America and in Europe as well. For companies such as Crocs, Office Depot, XPO and DHL, and many other well-known names. We have great partnerships with our customers, and we're growing very fast and making sure that we're giving them fulfillment solutions that can really foster and facilitate their growth. But let's dig into a little bit of some of the challenges that we all face. They're here to stay, and we know that that's the case, and so we're constantly working with our customers to understand really what their biggest challenges are. And what I hear all the time from customers is that the biggest challenge that they face is labor. Research says that challenge is not going to go away either, and I think I'm going to look at my notes here because I think we've heard, and the research I've seen says that by 2025 there's going to be a need for 13 million warehouse workers. And that is actually double what we have today. So labor scarcity is going to be something we all have to live with. And if labor is going to be scarce, the other challenge that operators face is making sure that the labor they do have is highly productive, right? You're going to have increased volumes and increased demand, a labor scarcity. So what is the answer? The answer has to be automation to help those associates in the warehouses be super productive. And it also, flexibility. We all know so much is changing around us. Consumer demand is changing. Consumers want their products delivered to their home next day, same day, practically yesterday sometimes. And they also want them delivered to stores where they can pick them up. Buy online, pick up in store, and curbside pickup really took off during COVID. But that's a trend that is going to continue. And so operators need to deal with that flexibility. Because I bet everyone here has their mix between their B2C and B2B, and case and each is picking has shifted dramatically. And you need a flexible system that can help you take advantage of those changes and that growth and not be overwhelmed by it. And lastly, always, and probably most importantly, we need to make sure that our associates in our warehouses are operating in a healthy and safe environment. And all of these challenges, really, unless solved, are going to lead to significant warehouse inefficiencies that is going to stifle customer growth and really stop customers from competing in a market that is going to be challenging for the foreseeable future. So 6RS has a fulfillment execution system that we call the FES, and it's a combination of really cloud software, hardware, which includes Chuck, our collaborative AMR robot, and data analytics that allows operators to combine those solutions to really optimize the throughput, the productivity, and the total efficiency of their warehousing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it works in a minute, but we want to make sure that everyone understands that this is a wall-to-wall solution. The FES executes from inbound through inventory management all the way to outbound. And we'll get into a little bit in a second how we do that. So how does the FES work? First of all, the FES really is built around three core product principles or three overriding principles, and that's visibility, flexibility, and scalability, right? We're going to touch on all those in just a minute, but all those are key aspects of the product that we know will help our customers overcome some of the operational challenges we just talked about earlier. So how does the FES work? Well, it starts really with first an ingestion of a pick wave or a order or work that comes to us through our customer's WMS. And that is, we do that through a simple integration layer so that we are constantly fed orders into an order pool. And the next stage of the FES is really where it kind of gets fun. So we use our smart software to look into the order pool and pluck out of the order pool the right and most efficient orders. And I'll describe what that means. The right orders means the orders that we can pick in a most efficient path in the warehouse. We want your pickers to be able to pick in a zone where all those orders are going to be very easily and very quickly picked, and minimizing the walk time in the aisle and obviously increasing pick rates. We're also looking for orders that really have to get out the door now. Expedite orders or priority orders. So our software looks at the order pool from the WMS and constantly reevaluates what orders we want to get out the door first. And what then it does is it assigns it to a chuck. That's a system called induction. So we induct those orders that have been very carefully curated onto a chuck using simple on-screen workflows that an associate who's tasked with doing induction can follow. We use various technologies there put to light in scanning to ensure that the totes or the shipping containers, because we can pick directly into shipping containers as well, can all be inducted quickly and accurately onto a chuck. Another interesting fact about our FES solution is that actually orders picked on chucks can be, we call multimodal orders. So any type of order can be inducted on one type of chuck. So you could have a mix of discrete orders, single line batched orders, single line multi-unit orders, all on a single chuck, right? So there's a very high pick density on the chuck. And what happens after induct is the chuck then travels into the pick area. And sometimes in some warehouses, that pick area can be quite a distance from induct. So the important part here about chuck and our FES solution is that chuck can travel autonomously, so without an associate, from induction to the pick zone, because that is not a value add time for your labor to be tied up with a chuck. We want the pickers to be in the aisle and where chuck goes to meet them, and then they can be actually start picking right away with chuck. Our guided workflows make sure that the pickers are kept on task so they don't get distracted. And when they're finished picking on chuck can then autonomously again travel to a takeoff location, be it a hospital location for any kind of exception, or to a pack-out location for outbound shipping. And the associate importantly stays in the aisle and picks up picking with another chuck so that there's high utilization of your labor in the aisle. I think a final thing I'll say about how the FES works is that we've built it as an open and extensible platform that allows integration with other warehouse execution systems in your building, be it a VLM or an auto bagger or a dynamic box builder, so that we know that as your business changes, we want 6 Forever to be able to meet your needs and develop solutions that incorporate not only 6 River technology, but also other third-party technologies that can easily integrate and be seamlessly orchestrated all through the FES. So we've talked a lot about chuck, and so let's just spend a minute to meet chuck. So chuck is our collaborative AMR. It is one of the largest AMRs in the market. It's highly configurable. So at the base layer, we've got 2 different sizes of chuck. We have chuck and chuck plus. And one has a 20% more capacity than chuck. Chuck has a 200-pound payload, and actually has the ability to really be highly configurable, by which I mean you can have up to 6 picking shelves on chuck. So if you have small products and small orders, you can actually put 6 pickable levels onto chuck, really optimizing the amount of space on that chuck. And those levels can be customized up to a ½ an inch, so you can really maximize the number of orders you can get on a chuck. Chuck has an onboard screen travels autonomously through your warehouse. It does not need any sort of kind of markers to navigate safely around the warehouse. All of it is onboard navigation, so that although we use Wi-Fi to connect to your WMS, Chuck doesn't need Wi-Fi in the picking areas. It can travel on its own safely and effectively. So I'd love for you to meet Chuck. Maybe come over to our booth and spend a little bit of time picking on Chuck. It's very, very easy to get to know Chuck, but I just wanted to call out some of the benefits of Chuck. I think we talked about them. Really eliminating the associate's long walk via autonomous travel. Going back to labor, you don't want your labor being utilized for anything but tasking. Reducing the in-aisle walking. We know that the distances that we eliminate through our path planning are significant, and the bigger the warehouse, the better the eliminating the reducing the in-aisle walks can be. And lastly, the directed workflow that I spoke about. We have very intuitive, simple workflows, be it for picking, pack out, sortation, replenishment, any of the other workflows that we have in the building. Use a simple, intuitive workflow that is common across all those workflows. And why that's really important is because it's easy to cross-train associates on any of those workflows so they can be productive anywhere in the 6RS system. And speaking of training, it actually takes about 15 minutes to train an associate, a brand new associate on Chuck. And they're out there picking on the floor within 15 minutes. And data has shown us that within one day, a brand new picking associate with Chuck can be productive up to 80% of full productivity, so pretty good. And within a couple of days, your associates can hit full productivity. That's how simple it is to pick with Chuck. So we talked earlier about a very important component of the FES, and that's data. Data is really the ability to, data really provides, the ability to optimize and orchestrate all the assets in your building, be they associates, Chucks, inventory, orders, etc. So through the bridge, we provide actionable insights to help the operator make smart decisions to optimize and orchestrate the flow of orders through their building to maximize throughput, increase productivity, and make sure that they're meeting their SLAs. Cannot disappoint customers if you've promised them same day, next day. And through the bridge, you can make sure that at a click of a button, you're enabling marshaling all your assets to making sure you're hitting your SLAs. So real-time visibility and control at a glance, proactive management of your assets, and lastly, transforming data into action all through a click of a button are really some of the call-outs that I would say about a critical part of our FES, which is the bridge. So to close, I think I want to say that really the FES can help warehouse operators seamlessly orchestrate 6 River workflows, be they picking, packing, sorting, replenishment, wall to wall in their building, as well as integrate seamlessly with other partner and technologies to make sure that our technology helps our customers meet the ever-changing needs and the ever-challenging environments they're in to really unlock their growth and maximize their potential. So thanks so much for listening. I would say, fulfillment automation is practically a mandate today. And to be competitive, automation has to be part of your solution. And we think that 6RS's FES solution could be a part of that journey. As you begin your journey or you are mid-flow in your journey, we'd love to continue to talk to you about our FES. We're actually here at Modex in booth 8832 if you want to come by and continue the conversation. I've really enjoyed it so far today. And with that, I think that's a wrap. Thank you.